everybody. Chad McNabb driving here in East Tennessee. And right now I'm driving on Highway 321 in Maryville. There's downtown Maryville in front of me and the Smoky Mountains behind it, the distance. You can see all the Smoky Mountains are there. Of course, the Smoky Mountain National Park is in Blount County and Superior County, and of course Maryville is in Blount County. Highway 321 will take you, if you keep staying on it, you go all the way straight into Townsend and Cades Cove from here. Over here on my right was William Blount High School. Said Maryville is a very popular place right now. Maryville, Alcoa, both. Over here is Smoky Mountain Harley Davidson coming up on my right. They have a shed behind it where they have concerts all the time. Right here. But like I said, of course, Maryville, Alcoa is part of the Knoxville metro area, and Maryville, Alcoa has seen a lot of growth here in the past few years. Job growth and population growth. Of course, Knoxville has too. Blount County has a population of about 140,000. Maryville has a population of about 35,000. Of course, you've had several new industries announce them moving here in the past couple of years. Like Smith & Wesson, they're moving their headquarters from Massachusetts and building a plant over here in Louisville. Louisville is just a few miles from here, behind the Knoxville Airport and Alcoa. Of course, Maryville and Alcoa are twin cities. They're right next to each other. So you cross over from Maryville and Alcoa, you don't even know it unless you may just happen to know see a sign or something. But yeah, Maryville, Alcoa, Blount County has been really popular lately with people moving here too, especially, from states like California, Illinois, where you got a lot of high taxes, a lot of regulation from the state government, maybe, especially because of the during the COVID pandemic. A lot of people started looking at other places to move where you had less restrictions. Of course, Tennessee had one of the fewest restrictions of any of the states during the pandemic. Then you're close to Knoxville too. It's only about 15. Once you get up here to Alcoa Highway, just a couple of miles, which is just a couple of miles up here, only about 15 miles from downtown Knoxville from here. Knoxville Airport is about 5 miles from when we get up here to Alcoa Highway. Turn left. Got several good commercial growth over here too. Good commercial areas. It's really grown here in the past couple of years too. Maryville, Alcoa. Right here is the Foothills Mall. Turn right and go to Foothills Mall. Of course, like a lot of malls, most malls have seen better days in the past than they are right now. Foothills Mall is probably one is like that too. I think there's like maybe Belt, Dillard's. Oh no, I think they have a Belt. I don't think they have a Dillard's. I've seen their better days. They're at a Regal cinema movie theater too over there. Now here's Alcoa Highway. If I keep going, if you go straight, I'll go straight. Go into downtown Maryville. You got a Target over here on my left, Home Goods. Starbucks. And then Maryville High School is coming up here in a little bit. Of course, Maryville has got is a really good school system, has really good high school academics. Of course, their football team had the best football program in the state of Tennessee for the past 25 years, winning multiple state championships. And Alcoa has too. Alcoa has won multiple state championships in the past 20 years. Now, Maryville is a bigger high school. They play each other every year, but they're in different divisions. Maryville is a 6A school, which is the highest class in Tennessee. And Alcoa is a 3A, I think. It could be 4A. But they play in the regular season. Now, Maryville was not as good last year. They did not win a state championship last year, though. And both schools have been accused of recruiting because they're city schools. So if you live out in the county or in another county, you can pay a small fee and go to school there. It's not like if you live so you have the county school system and then you have the city school system. So if you lived out in the county and went to another county school, you have to pay a bigger fee to transfer to another county school. But if you live from the county and go to the city school, then it's a smaller fee. So they've been accused of recruiting players. Alcoa has. There's a lot of that's not just a lot of schools do that probably all across the United States. But I'm about to come into downtown Maryville. I said if you keep going straight out this road, you would eventually end up in the Smoky Mountains and Townsend and Cades Cove. And then Maryville College is just out here to the right, down over here. Turn right here, and Maryville High School is just right here on the just about a half mile out here on at this red light. If you turn right. But I'm going to go down through downtown, and then I'll show you how close Maryville and Alcoa are. Because you'll see downtown Maryville, and then you just go across this bridge right over here in downtown Maryville, and basically you're back in Alcoa. They're doing some, it's got a decent sized downtown here in Maryville. They've done some, redone some of these older historic buildings down here, put some nice restaurants in, coffee shops, so a few boutique shops. There's the City of Maryville offices right there on the right. Said you got a couple of nice restaurants in some of these buildings right here. This is Broadway that I'm on now. There's a nice part too over here on my left called it's got a greenway belt on it. You can walking path. There's a creek down there, some playgrounds. It goes back also to the other side of downtown over here. And there's, I believe this tall building is a retirement or community apartments for retired people. Over here on my left, there's the Capitol Theater. There's a couple, like I said, these couple right here is a couple, that Bella restaurant right there. course, this is a Monday evening, so you're not going to see a lot of traffic down here on a Monday evening. There's a couple other restaurants, and there's a bar right down here on the right. They have live music there, especially on the weekends. There is the Blount County Courthouse in front of me. Like I said, the creek, and like I said, over here to the left, right, is right back over here on the right. There's this little bridge right here, goes over the creek, the stone, where you see the stone on the left. And there's a tunnel, I believe, too, that you can go walk through. There's the courthouse. Yeah, right here there's a tunnel on this stone bridge. There's a tunnel with a creek and a walking trail. There's a boutique right there in that building. There's a really nice coffee shop right there on the right. Said you'll see here in a minute how close Maryville and Alcoa are. Here's part of the walking trail right here too. There's another cafe over here. Now I'm coming up Washington Street. Turn right out there is Blount Memorial Hospital. I don't know if you can see that white building over there, 5 or 6. That's the main hospital here in Blount County. I think they're talking about teaming up with the University of Tennessee to form a new partnership. Of course, UT is Knoxville. It's only 15 miles from here, and they have a big UT hospital. As soon as you come into cross Tennessee, right before you cross the Tennessee River to go into the University of Tennessee in downtown, is the main UT Medical Hospital. And that's probably the highest level trauma hospital in the Knoxville metro area too. Alright, now I'm back turning on to Washington Street. Alright. As soon as I cross this bridge and go past these apartments over here on the left, you are basically, that is the border between Maryville and Alcoa. So that's how right next to each other the cities are. And then the Knoxville Airport is only about 3 or 4 miles from here, out on Alcoa Highway. And there's a big commercial area shopping out here too. Between Maryville, Alcoa, and Louisville on Alcoa Highway has a Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all kinds of restaurants, Cheddar's, Olive Garden, Cracker Barrel, Office Depot, Staples. And then they're building a new big commercial complex right across from the airport. It's got all kinds of some new apartments, hotels, restaurants. Now we're back in Alcoa, pretty much. And then, of course, Alcoa, it gets its name from the Alcoa Aluminum Company, which built a plant here back in the 1920s to make aluminum. There's Alcoa Federal Credit Union right here. And they built dams on the rivers around here to get power for the aluminum plant. The plant is right over here, where some of it's been torn down lately. So it's not as big as it used to be, but my grandfather worked there, and that's where he retired from. Right over here. You can't. Right there's the part that was torn down. But now it's actually a different company. It's called Arconic now. It's not called Alcoa anymore. It's called Arconic. There's a nice Black Horse Pub and Brewery over here on the left. Which I remember when I was a kid collecting aluminum cans to make money, and we would bring them up here to Alcoa, to the plant, sell them, get them recycling. Alcoa, this is more the residential area of Alcoa. Alcoa High School is a little bit further out on the right over here. And now we're about getting close to Alcoa Highway. There's some restaurants over here. On the right is this new big commercial area I was talking about. There are some restaurants in downtown Alcoa's over here on the left, and the office buildings for Alcoa government. Right here is this new big commercial development on the right they're building. There's a new Texas Roadhouse, a restaurant on the right. There was a Texas Road right here on the left. They built this one just last year and closed the other one down over here on the left. And then when you get up here, turn left and go back about a mile or so, you'll go back to that other commercial area I was talking about where Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, and all that's at. And then you can turn out there and go out to Louisville. Louisville is kind of close to the Tennessee River and Lake, Fort Loudon Lake, and then that area out there too. Of course, that's where Smith and Wesson is building their new headquarters and plant. And then right up here, with just a little bit, right over here is part of that new development too. Several new hotels out there. Food City grocery store, apartments. I believe they built a new Amazon distributed warehouse back that way behind there too. Then coming up here on my left is the Knoxville Airport, McGee Tyson. And you're right here, you're only 12, 13 miles from downtown Knoxville. Right there is the McGee Tyson Airport, Knoxville Airport. I've done several videos before. It's a good airport. It's not a huge airport. But you have flights to New York, Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston, different cities in Florida, Texas, Las Vegas, Phoenix. Basically, everywhere. Only really you'd have to take to go to LA or California, you would have to fly to another city and then get on and change planes and get out to California. Or fly to Atlanta, Charlotte, get a connecting flight. But that's going to be my tour of Alcoa and Maryville. If you want to see more of East Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, just leave a comment below. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching this video.